folks, Ken here on the park bench. I'm here with Bill Lawson, the chairman with the Wainwright District and Community Health Foundation. Hi Bill, thanks for joining me today.
I can.
Can you tell me a little bit about the foundation and how it started and what it's all about?
Okay, the foundation was basically formed prior to 1995, but it was organized in 1995, and the primary concern, or the reason why it was formed, was to raise awareness that we needed, and to help purchase items that are required by our Wainwright Health Center that the Alberta government wasn't providing at that time. So what we do is what we had, and we started into to fundraise. We have fundraising events on a yearly basis, and we raise funds, and then we pick certain items that the hospital will need in Wainwright. We're always in contact. We have a liaison. Her name is Jamie Malone at the hospital that we deal with, and she gives us items that they require or they would like at the hospital.
Okay. Some of the past things that they've gotten?
Prior to the CT scanner here, we did the last one there. We did an operating room bed and lighting in their operating room to improve that area. We purchased some procedure carts, which is the cart that goes from room to room that they use. We did 3 of them, and of course you realize that all this stuff when it's health related is fairly costly too. Yeah. So I think we've been averaging, we've been putting $60,000 to $70,000 per year into the hospital with various different items.
Okay, great. Like you mentioned, right now we're the CT scanner is the big project.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it takes? We all know that everybody wants to raise money for it, but you obviously have to go through a process to figure out if we can do this, if it can happen. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. You know, as it turned out, we had completed our project, and we sat back there last year and we were looking for a different project. And while we were thinking of a project, the Rotary wanted to have a meeting with us one night. And so they come to our meeting and they asked us if we'd be interested in purchasing, and looking at purchasing a CT scanner for the Wainwright Health Center. And since we were looking for a new project, we thought this is a great idea. So we actually joined forces with the Rotary and Bumper to Bumper, the Wainwright Health Foundation, and AHS. We partnered with them. The first thing that we had to do was make sure that this was something we could put in the hospital. So we went and contacted AHS and told them what we were trying to do, and so they got back to us and they come back and said, yeah, no, you can put it in the Wainwright Health Center, and the cost is going to be $2.2 million. Is this something that you can raise?
Right.
So then from that point on, we formed a project committee with the Health Foundation, and we got the Mayor of Wainwright and the County Reeve, Bob Bars, and we got the military base included as well. So we had this get together, and we decided, how long is it going to take to raise these funds? $2.2 million is a lot of money. So we, everybody put their heads together and thought, well, maybe we could do it in 3 years. So we went back to Alberta Health Service and said, yeah, we think we can raise these funds. It would take us 3 years. Is this still going to work? So, and they come back with an agreement. So between the 3 of us, we signed the agreement with the AHS saying that we've committed to raise $2.2 million. They'll put it in the hospital. And so that's pretty well how this started.
Okay. What about funds after? Is it gonna require more funds for us?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. There's a lot of people asking that, Ken, and that's the agreement as it states right now is that once we are completed building the project is building the room, and it's just not a cheap room. If you can visualize, the room has to be all tore apart and lined with lead in the ceiling, in the walls, and the floor. That's a lot of the expenses, as well as the CT scanner. So once that is done, then we have the agreement with AHS that they will continue to support it. And another thing, we don't really need diagnostic techs because they're there already. So there's no new employees being hired. Just a completion of the room and the machine itself.
Right.
So
awesome. So people ask, why in Wainwright do we really need it here?
Yeah, again, that's a good question, and Dr. Brills is on the committee as well, and she has said one thing that we find is when you're getting if a patient is being hospitalized in Wainwright and they require the scan, right now they are being transferred by ambulance to Camrose or to Edmonton. And in that transfer, it's actually tying up an ambulance.
Right.
And it reduces the amount of ambulance if we have a serious incident here.
Right.
And then just the area involved itself. I mean, right now, if you take the area of Wainwright and surrounding communities, all the communities here, as far down as Consort, they'll be going to Edmonton or Camrose. I mean, that takes a day or possibly 2 days out of your life with a hotel room and gas and everything else. So
right.
If we get one here locally based out of Wainwright, it's a good thing for the health center. It's a good thing for the community.
Oh yeah,
general.
for sure. We've
Yep.
been on those trips.
Yeah.
To Camrose.
Yeah.
And done that too, for sure. Awesome. So one of the upcoming events is Heartstring and Roses.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
Right away. Support for that has always been pretty good with the community.
Yep, it has. Yeah, the Heartstrings and Roses is our major fundraiser, and this year they've got a little bit of a change up. It's called the Night at the Oscars. It's still going to be called Heartstrings and Roses, but it's a night at the Oscars, and so it's going to be complete with red carpet, champagne, and being served by our local fire departments. They got the base fire department and the town of Wainwright fire departments will be in full dress uniform. It's a fairly formal night that we're going to have, and we have a kind of a comedian mentalist, Jan Markson, is going to be there to entertain the crowd. We're hoping to get 360 people in the Elks Hall in Wainwright on February the 8th, and with that being said, we'd like to raise $100,000 that night.
Okay.
That's our goal.
That's your goal.
Yeah.
All right. How can people buy tickets?
They can buy tickets. Actually, this year we've got them online, so they can buy tickets online. They can go on our website, Wainwright District Community Health Foundation, and any member there has tickets. They can buy tickets from their members, or I guess that's about it. I'm not sure if any other business in town are selling them or not.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
And if people just want to donate, how can they do that?
They can do that. They can donate. They can donate at any bank. We've affiliated with the banks and all the banks in town, and as well the credit unions affiliated off branches. There's Edgerton and Irma, and they can donate right at the bank or to any member. We will take cash any way we can get it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this. Yeah. It's been great.
Thank you.
So, and remember, keep that date open, February 8th, for Heartstrings and Roses, and get your tickets as soon as you can.